Hey, what up YouTube? This is Alex. Welcome to the channel. So today, I'm just gonna be working on putting my stock OEM wheels back on my car. Currently have my winter wheels on, and well, it's April, so I don't really need these anymore. My stock ones are kind of worn out, but this is just temporary until I get new wheels. They should be here in a few weeks. So yeah. Alright, so here are all the tools you're gonna need if you're swapping out your wheels. This is probably similar for, most cars, but this is specific to the WRX. So I have a jack, I have the 4 wheels, I have a torque wrench, I have the wrench that came in the trunk. This is I think a 19 millimeter. I have a lock key for the aftermarket wheels because these are aftermarket lugs, so you can't just use a regular socket in those. You need to put these on first. Put it on here, put your socket here. I have a 19 millimeter socket for the torque wrench. I have a screwdriver just so I could take off the Hubcentric Ring from the aftermarket wheels. I have ramps because, believe it or not, even though it's stock height, this car sits kind of low, so I can't get the jack in there when when it's on a flat surface. So I need to raise it up a little. That's what the jack stands are for. I mean the ramps. And then I also have 2 jack stands because normally what I do is I jack up the front end and then I take off both front wheels, and then I'll jack up the rear end and take off both rear wheels. Alright, so I have the car up on the ramps now. So now I can fit my jack. Another thing I forgot to mention, if you have one, this little like crawler thing, that way you don't have to get on the ground. This is pretty useful. You don't need it. And then also, I don't really have wheel chocks, but I have like, these big rocks that I've been using, and I've never had issues. Just like wedge them behind the wheels, and that just prevents the car from rolling back, just in case while you're jacking it up. I also leave it in gear though, so I usually put it in like in second gear, and then obviously use the handbrake. And then here is the jacking point that I normally use whenever I'm jacking up the front end. Let's see if I can get you guys a good view. Hold on. So, I don't know if you can see it. There's like a little black metal plate. Looks like it has like 2 humps on it. That's what I normally use to jack up the car. Yeah, I don't know if you can really see it, but it's there. And then what I normally do is I put like a little rag on my jack so that, I don't create any marks or anything on the car. But yeah, let's raise it up. Before you jack up the car, make sure you loosen the lug nuts on your wheels, because you don't want them to be super tight while it's up in the air and then the wheels like spinning. So yeah, loosen them up. You don't have to like take them off, just like, crack them loose. And then once they're loose, then jack up the car, take the lug nuts off, and then take the wheels off. So I think now you guys can see it right up here. These 2 humps, those are the ones that I use for jacking up the car. You don't have to use those points. There are jacking points where the jacks currently are that you can use. I've been using this spot, ever since I've had the car for the last 2 years. Never had a problem. But do your research. If you don't feel safe using that, you can use other spots. Like I said, there's the jacking points on each end. But I, found this spot online. I've seen a lot of people use it, and I've used it, never had an issue, so, yep. But, so, now I have the car on the jacks. One thing I also do is, I like to put just a little bit of pressure on the car with the jack, just in case something happens. At least, you have like a third point like supporting the car. So let me jack this up a little bit, and then just put A little bit of pressure on it. Just like that. There we go. And that's like, you know, just an extra bit of support. So, all right, let's get these wheels off. So this is the Hubcentric Ring. This is the one I was talking about. This is what the screwdriver is for. The whole point of this ring is that most aftermarket wheels are kind of not universal, but they're designed for, you know, to work on a lot of different cars. All cars, or most of them, will have different sized rings in here. The point of this ring is that normally the wheels that I have, they have a bigger hole. So instead of the wheel sitting on this like little lip, they're kind of just like floating, they're like free. So if you wobble the wheel around, you can see, you know, it's not perfectly centered. So then when you tighten down the lug nuts, basically the wheel is going to be centered based on how tight these lug nuts are. And then, you know, as the car is spinning, the wheel is going to be kind of like wobbling around a little bit, and you'll feel like vibrations on the road, and it's like just not a good time. So if you ever get aftermarket wheels, make sure you get the right ring. So you put this ring on, and then now when you put the wheel on, it gets perfectly centered on this ring. So then the wheel will ride on the ring itself instead of, you know, riding along these threads and, like, you know, preventing, like, you know, causing damage and possible vibrations. But yeah. Okay, so here's the back of my wheel. So this ring sits right here. See how it sits perfectly flush? So now the wheel sits on this ring, and the ring sits on the lip on the car, and that keeps this perfectly hub-centric. The stock wheels don't have that because they're designed to fit on that lip, but since these are aftermarket wheels, they're made to fit multiple different cars with different sized lips. So, you know, when you get an aftermarket wheel, you always have to get one of these rings. So yeah, and then if I confuse anyone, you know, just Google it. Google what Hubcentric rings are for, and you'll see. All right. So now that I have the wheel on, what I do before I can put it back on the ground is, so I put the wheel on, and then I put, these are the stock lug nuts. I put the stock lug nuts back on, and then what you do, or at least what I do, and what's I think recommended, is you tighten these down like by hand. Don't over tighten it or anything. Just tighten it down by hand with the wrench. Once it's tight, put it on the ground, and then use the torque wrench to torque all these down. And then the way you want to tighten these is in a star-shaped pattern. So if I start in this position, I go this side, here, 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 here. So I do that by hand, lower the car, do the same thing with the torque wrench, and then you're good to go. All right, wheels are on, they're tightened down, by hand at least. So to put the car back down, all you do is, you know, I put my little ramps back there. I'm gonna jack up the car a little bit so that it lifts off the jack stands. Pull the jack stands out, lower the car into the ramps, roll it back until it's on level ground, and then tighten down the lug nuts with my torque wrench. Alright, so I have the car down on the ground. I have to tighten the lug nuts. So if you're not sure you know, at what torque to tighten them down, go to the owner's manual and then go to the index and go to wheels, or on wheel, under wheel you see nut tightening torque 9-4 12-8. So I'm gonna go to 12-8. I have it open here. Under 12-8 you will see wheel nut tightening torque. So as you can hear, 89 foot-pounds. This thing focusing. 89 foot-pounds or pound-feet. So you know, on your torque wrench, just set it to 89 and then tighten down the lug nuts. When you hear a click, that means you hit 89. So then you can stop there. And then remember to tighten them in a star-shaped pattern. So I actually have to use a socket extension. I don't have anything small, unfortunately, for this size wrench, because if I just use the regular socket, kind of like deep in there, and I don't have too much space, you know, to put my fingers as I'm tightening it. So this extension just helps, gives me a little bit more leverage and gives me more space. I'm not scratching up these wheels like crazy. And there you go. We're tightened down, we're good to go. Alright, so for the rear, it's pretty much the same exact thing, you know, same concept. You know, I have the front wheels chalked off already. I don't use the ramps when I'm taking the rear wheels off. You don't really need it because the back of the car is higher up. So you have, or not higher up, but yeah, you have more ground clearance in the back, so you can fit the jack. Sorry. So I can actually fit the jack in here without any clearance issues. And the way I jack up the rear end is, I don't know if you can see it, but the diff should be over there. I don't know if you can really see it, but I jack up the rear end from the diff. You know, the diff is a really sturdy you know, jacking point. I've never had issues, as I said before, like with the front end. Yeah, I always jack it up from that end. Never had any problems. If you don't want to do it from the diff, you could do it from the jacking points that are on the side, underneath the car, in front of the rear wheels. But yeah, you know, same thing. You just loosen the lug nuts first. You know, not super loose, just, you know, break them loose. Jack up the car, take the lug nuts off, take the wheels off, take the Hubcentric rings off if you have any, and then mount the other wheels. So yeah, here we go. Alright, car's back on the ground. All four wheels are on. They're all torqued down. So last thing to do now is take the car for a spin. You know, drive around a little bit, come back, check to make sure your lug nuts are still, you know, at the right torque and they didn't loosen up. And you're good to go. And then just put your other wheels away. Usually when I store them, I stack them up on top of each other. Yeah, and then clean up, and that's it. So hope this was useful. Hope this was informative. You know, I had fun doing this. I definitely need to get new wheels though. This is, yeah, it's not working. I don't like these. But yeah, if you guys like this, I'm gonna be making more, you know, like tutorials, installs, stuff like that. So yeah, you know, like the video if it was good, subscribe if you want. Let me know if I did a good job, if it was bad. You know, I'm pretty new to this whole YouTube thing and just doing it for fun, and also because I'm bored. So yeah, all right, thanks for watching.